If you couldn't tell, it's an average February morning here in New England. The sky is gray and gloomy, there's snow as far as the eye can see, and the animals are enjoying the weather? Well, I've decided to spend this cold winter morning on an old pastime of mine. Looking for new SRB2 levels to play when I'm bored, of course. Oh hey, it's round 2 of the 2022 OLDC. It's only, I don't know, a month and a half late, roughly? Wait, what the hell do you mean official level design collab? Isn't it supposed to be the official level design contest? Oh, god damn it, I hate new Sonic Team Juniors, stupid sons of bitch! Well, it's the second month of 2023, and here I am judging what should have been a contest that should have been released over a month ago. Cause, you know, it was a 2022 contest. I'm sorry, collab. Sorry, I'm still not used to Sonic Team Junior being completely and utterly spineless. Because nobody in the SRB2 community, god I really hate calling it that, or anybody on Sonic Team Junior's limp-wristed staff can take or give criticism anymore, I guess I have to pick up the slack. Because God forbid an underage user's feelings get hurt. Oh, how horrible. Alright, I'll get started with the OLDC and stop ranting about new Sonic Team Junior for a bit. The first level I'll talk about is Crash Course Zone Act 1 by Voidy2246. Yeah, course as in sand that's rough and gets everywhere, not course as in a track. God, that's an awful pun. Essentially, this level is more or less a poor man's version of Sand Hill from Sonic Adventure. As just like that level, you're sliding down a sandy slope and passing through gates. It's not too difficult or exciting. Occasionally you have to make a few jumps or avoid some boulders. But other than that, it's rather short and nothing to write home about. If for whatever reason the Sonic level of your dreams is Sand Hill but shorter, slower, and worse looking, this level is perfect for you, I guess. Also, nice rendering errors, dude. Next up, we have Creepy Crypt by Vixuzen. I'll be honest, I don't really have any major issues with this level. It's not the most interesting level ever made, and it's painfully short, but I like the moody atmosphere and the custom enemies are a really nice touch. Scattered across this level are these fairies, I think? I'm not sure what they are, this is probably a reference to another game that's going over my head. They don't really do much besides give you points, so you're not really missing much by not collecting them. In summary, it's an enjoyable little romp, but I kinda wish there was more to it, honestly. Next, we have Green's Hill Zone by Roy Curbs. That's Green's Hill Zone, not Green Hill Zone or Green Hills Zone. Just gotta clear that up before we continue. Anyway, this level seems to be a Sonic Kirby crossover, which is, to its credit, a very fun idea. There's even a mid-boss fight against Poppy Bros Sr., just like in Green Greens in the original Kirby's Dream Land. Although, the implementation here is subpar, to say the least. His attack pattern is a little too simple. He'll throw a bomb or two, jump down to where you are, and then jump to the other side. Rinse and repeat. This makes the fight rather boring and uninteresting. Additionally, you also have a very short window to actually hit the boss, meaning if you miss him, it's just more and more waiting for you. There's a few other minor issues as well. It can be easy to get lost in a few spots if you're unfamiliar with the level, and the goal placement is rather unorthodox, so if you're again unfamiliar with the level, you'll probably run right past it and spend more time than necessary searching for it. On the plus side, the other custom enemies are very well done, and the level ending at Tails' Lab from Sonic Adventure is also a nice touch. Although, with the Poppy Bros mid-boss fight earlier, I was half expecting a boss fight against Wispy Woods at the end instead. It's an okay little level, although it has some noticeable flaws. Following that interesting crossover is Egg TV Network by Roger Regger Roger. This level has a rather unique art style, all things considered, and unique enemies, unique objects, unique characters, unique level design. Okay, it has a unique pretty much everything, honestly. This level gave me a good chuckle as you're speeding through a studio building, running over hapless employees with swivel chairs, who scream in terror when you hit them. Yes, this level has voice acting, and crashing through huge windows. Enemies include SWAT-bots from Sonic Sat AM, I think, and pissed off Andrew Dobsons? I don't know. There's some really fun gags too, such as this chef who berates you for ruining his cooking show. And this joke about the moon landing. It's not a perfect level, sadly. There's some instances of questionable level design and a few points where you can easily become lost and confused if you're not careful. There's also this extremely obnoxious jump. Overall, it's fun and bursting at the seams with humor and creativity, but it's held back by some unfortunate imperfections in the level design. This is also apparently a preview for a level pack the creator is working on, so let's just hope these minor issues are addressed in the future. Next up, it's Poison Temple Zone by Zaxel Katsugyo. Or is it Poison Temple Z Zone? Title card inconsistencies aside, Jesus Christ on a cross, this level is a chore to play. It has everything you'd expect from a Zaxel level, from ugly pixelated textures to long hallways of samey level design to even the electronic farting synth soundtrack that sounds exactly like all of Zaxel's music.
It's all toilet sounds.
There's even some new friends joining him this time, such as obnoxious enemy placement, awful pits of acid that take an eternity to escape from, if you don't die first, and this weird crusher that only shows up once, and grinds the pace of the level to a screeching halt. And here's the greatest offense of them all, this fucking water slide section. This may actually be a contender for the absolute worst section of any SRB2 level I've ever played. Seriously. Not only can you barely control your character while you're in the slide, the water here is damaging water, meaning if you lose the bubble shield generously given to you right before the slide, you're shit out of luck. Additionally, the poor underwater control you have here makes dodging the copious amounts of mines and spikes an absolutely awful experience. The only redeeming quality of this section is that it is very, very easy to grind Chaos Emeralds here. And just when you think the level has finally improved upon itself and become tolerable, no, here's a fake troll exit right at the end. Beautiful. So, in conclusion, this level is a horrible, unpleasant experience to sit through. It's Azure Temple with less, but more deadly, water. And it's kind of sad that no matter how many Zaxel levels I play, he never seems to grow or change the level designer. Perhaps, could it be that harsh criticism is actually a good thing that motivates creators to improve their craft rather than make the same garbage over and over again? Nah, that can't be true. Obviously, if you say slightly harsh things about anything, you're just a big stinky poo-poo head, and you're toxic, and you should be banned from my treehouse. Okay, now that we've gotten through that mess, it's time for a nice change of pace with Auburn Heights Zone Act 1 by Cool Cat.
And I'm Cool Cat?
No, not that Cool Cat. No, wait, get out! Ah! Okay, he's gone, thank God. Anyway, this level is relaxing, if that makes any sense. I'm really impressed with how well this level takes advantage of two things. First, the way the default textures are mixed with the few new custom textures makes this level look surprisingly good. Second, the use of slopes in this level. The way slopes here are seamlessly integrated into the level. There are some sections that make clever use of slopes for platforming purposes, such as this section, and this section, and also this section. Yeah, it's a little short, but it's very sweet. No weird custom gimmicks or over-the-top slopes and poly objects, it's just a simple, fun SRB2 level. And sometimes that's all you can really ask for. Alright, fun's over. Now it's time for Seaside Coast Zone by MC Industries. And, what do you even really say about this? It's short, cramped, and completely unremarkable. There's even this section where it's easy to get yourself turned around and backtrack unintentionally. In fact, it's disturbingly close to the awful beta quest levels from the Demo 2 era, except with better visuals, of course. If this is your first level, MC Industries, then I'll tell you this. Your level visuals are fine, but please make your levels bigger. This is way too small to be enjoyable. And try making use of slopes next time, too. Next up is Lost Fortress Zone Act 1 by Porcino EAJS. I've gotta say, wow, there is a lot to this level. At first glance, it might just look like Castle Eggman Act 4, but the more of it you play, the more it surprises you. There's just about every trick in the book in here. Spike balls, fireballs, lava, all typical castle stuff. But what about this disappearing block section? Or these falling guillotine hazards? Or an Axis 2D section, which I haven't seen in literally forever, good lord. And don't forget this rising lava thing? Yeah, I'm lost on this one. When you're a level with this many tricks up your sleeve, not all of them are going to be winners. Granted, it has a lot of weird design oversights plaguing it as well, like this attraction shield right in front of a huge pool of water, for example, and this neat little soft lock that happens if you die at or near this checkpoint. No, seriously, the only way out of this is to exit to the title screen and reopen your save file. Or you could also lose all your progress if you play without saving like I did. Wonderful. Overall, it's got a ton of potential. There's a lot of creative ideas and well-executed concepts in here, but the large number of oddities and oversights really drags it down. Perhaps in the future these will be fixed, but only time will tell. Hi, this is me from the future. The soft lock was patched after I wrote the script. Just thought I'd let you know. Now it's time for Speed Highway by Lucas Luxoso. You know, I've noticed quite a few Sonic Adventure references this contest. Collab, whatever you want to call it. Coincidence? Probably, I don't know. As you may have guessed, if you aren't blind, this is a kinda sorta remake of Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure. Well, it's not a one-to-one recreation of the level, for obvious reasons if you know anything about SRB2 or the Doom engine. It certainly does a great job of capturing the feel of the original level. It's got the speed, the thrill, and the creator even bothered to port the original enemies. Well, sort of. There's also some new sections, like this mall, and even some impressive, albeit buggy, recreations of these moving platforms from the original level. Hell, there's an even more impressive recreation of Act 2 immediately after it. It even ends with an egg capsule, how sweet. Although, I don't seem to remember Speed Highway being this big, or helicopters being able to generate twisters out of thin air. But I digress. It's a blast from start to finish. Just a little sad that the best level in this OLDC seems to be a recreation of an official Sonic level, you know? And last, but certainly not least, maybe? We have Shiverside Chasm Zone, also by MC Industries, the guy who made Seaside Coast. Now, the reason this level is last is because for whatever reason, this level was locked behind the 7 Chaos Emeralds. This is a very fucking stupid decision on Sonic Team Jr.'s behalf, if I'm going to be honest. There's no reason to lock content like this in what you're now calling a collab and not a contest. People worked hard on these levels, and even if they're bad and in dire need of critique and ridicule, they should be accessible immediately from the start. Like, I don't know, pretty much every OLDC prior to this one? In this specific case, it'd actually be worse if this was a contest, because voters could potentially never find this level and completely forget to vote on it. Which, if the level was actually really good, would hurt its overall score in the long run. God, my faith in new Sonic Team Jr. shrinks with every passing day. Huh? Oh right, the level. Let's get into it. Wait, it's over already? Well, the only thing I can really say about it is that it doesn't take a genius to see that Seaside Coast was MC's better level. But something about this being the secret level doesn't sit right with me. New Sonic Team Jr. nowadays will prattle on and on about how we shouldn't discourage new creators, yet what's objectively the worst level in this collab, from someone who is obviously very new to making levels, being locked behind the 7 Chaos Emeralds and buried away in a dark ancient tomb, with torches lighting the way, as if to say, do not approach this level, for it is bad. Frighteningly bad. Yeah, you can take that fake-ass positivity of yours and shove it up your ass, Sonic Team Jr., because you knew damn well what you were doing when you made this hub world. Well, I wasn't expecting to go that far, honestly. And granted, maybe I shouldn't have, but I guess I thought it was necessary for whatever reason. And that concludes the second and final round of the 2022 OLDC. While there are certainly less entries than I was expecting, and not many of them delivered on quality, I did at least enjoy making this video. There's one good thing that came out of this. Yeah, whatever. That's all I got for today. Subscribe to my channel or you are a bitch! Subscribe to my channel or you are a bitch!